Or you can go ahead and get in the pond if you're gonna act like a silly goose.
Cringe as fuck. Why not begin with another thin privilege TikTok video? White girls talking about white privilege. Like, I don't get it.
Skinny privilege is a thing.
As someone who went from a size 20 down to a size 8 back to a size 20, I can tell you this is true. When I was really small, I did not understand why everyone was being so nice to me. Everybody wanted to be my friend. Women helped me in stores. I got messages from 5 of my exes. It blew my mind. But I gained the weight back. In this world, if you're not pretty, you're not important.
And that is true. I mean, I guess for women nowadays, since we have this whole social media, people like the girl you see in front of you right here in your screen, they get the most attention. I mean, who wouldn't, right? Skinny privilege does exist.
This was me before I lost weight.
Holy
And the
shit.
two physical attributes about myself that people identified me for were my fatness and my chest size. And that is that if you were once fat in your life and you lost a bunch of weight and now you're thin, you cannot deny that thin privilege is real. And I can already predict the gaslighting comments that are going to be in this comment section saying things like, that's not true. You're just more confident. That's not really what happens. If you have been fat in your life
Yeah.
and have lost weight, you cannot look me in the eyes and tell me that thin privilege is not a real thing. This was me before I lost weight. This is me now. And when I tell you that this girl was treated completely different than this girl gets treated on a daily basis, I freaking mean it. The world is just so much more kind, accepting, more accommodating, and just easier in this body than it ever was in this body. People used to treat me like an enigma, as if they didn't actually see me or they just ignored me. And honestly, it was so bizarre to actually have people pay attention to me as I started losing weight. Do not deny that fat phobia and thin privilege are real.
Coming from a fat ex-fat person, I can tell you that thin privilege or skinny privilege or muscular privilege, being in shape privilege does exist. Right now, as you can see, I'm fucking fat. You can't see a lot, but I'm actually obese. I'm 240 something pounds. But when I was 150 pounds 2 years ago, they used to not treat me because I'm a man, but they used to see me in another type of way, which I've never even thought of it, because I grew up fat most of my life. But, when I got to that one point into being accepted by society, I'm like, damn, it is true what they say, when you lose weight or you being fat, your whole life, and then you come into actually having the shape of your life, you're like, wow, like, what was I doing before, right? But that's just in a man's perspective.
But here's the one thing that most people don't talk about. And this is one of the things that I've noticed the most. People no longer make comments about what I eat. There's no judgmental stare if I want to eat ice cream, or if I order the dessert, or if I go to Cold Stone with my friends. If I order a burger and fries, no one gives me a side eye because I didn't order the salad. In fact, more and more people ask me to eat those things than not. Whereas before, there was almost this unspoken rule that people didn't offer me those things. I don't know. There's a certain privilege to being able to go anywhere, eat anything, and not have people give you strange looks for it. It's definitely a different experience.
Losing 65 pounds could have the same impact on her wages as gaining a master's degree.
Are you kidding me? Are you effing kidding me? For the average obese woman, losing 65 pounds could be the career equivalent of getting a master's. So if I got back down to 200 pounds, it would be the equivalent of getting an MBA from NYU.
You can have, and probably one of the most intimidating ones is being in shape. I would say, especially.
So, no hate to this creator at all. I think that she is exemplifying the problem of skinny pretty privilege.
Here we go, bro. Here we go.
Her point in this video is that basically, if you're in shape, you get treated better, and that it's a silent flex to be in shape. And she says that as somebody who has been in shape for most of her life, the only people that are generally confident enough to ask her out in person are people who are also in shape. And she says that being in shape is a sign of consistency in your diet and in exercise exercise. I just think it's really interesting, this concept of like being in shape, because I am an athlete. I would consider myself to be in shape, not in the way that she seems to be implying. Let's take, for example, having a six-pack. Having visible abs primarily depends on your body fat percentage,
no shit.
of which genetics is a huge
Well, I cut her off, but genetics do play a big role, you know. Some people distribute fat differently, which she might say in a little bit, but you know, there's also fat, you know, that some people just aren't meant to have abs. Can you go there? Yes. Can you diet down all the way down till you see visible hard rock abs? Of course. That's what I'm trying to do. As you can see, I'm actually fucking obese, but you know, fuck, man. Yeah, man. No comment.
huge deciding factor. I guess the question is, why is being in shape or being skinny silent flex? Why is being more desirable because you're skinny a flex?
I'm a dietitian and I acknowledge my thin privilege. Let's talk about what that means in our society. Having easy access to clothing that is on trend, affordable, in your size, and actually sold in person, not just online. Easy physical and financial accessibility to traveling by plane, which means being able to...
Why is it always a plane? Like, it's always, you know, it's nothing original. It's always a plane.
sit somewhat comfortably in your seat and not having to pay for two of them. Going to the doctor without having your weight be a distraction from what's actually going on. So that means not being like, hey, I have a cold, and then being like, oh, by the way, you should also lose weight. If you have disordered eating patterns or a life-threatening eating disorder, you're more likely to be taken seriously rather than praised and encouraged to continue those patterns. That really only scratched the surface, and it's not an attack on thin privilege. It's just a reminder that all bodies deserve equal treatment.
Okay, let's actually read it, alright? Let's read it because I don't want to laugh before the context. Thin privilege is real. Fat phobia is real. Denying both makes you working for the oppressors in our society and continues to contribute to the discrimination against fat folks. Acknowledging your thin privilege is the first step in helping fat people and eliminating fat phobia, which nobody freaking cares. But let's see the comments. Alright, so Mr. Matt, you're a role model for others who aren't as confident as you. Love your videos. Nice. Your body is beautiful. No, it's not. I love having thin privilege, but well, go off. Do you? Okay. Lose some weight. Fucking Thomas, dude. Thin privilege, another way of saying fat consequences. You're also tiring. Oh my god. Oh, I mean, she's just laughing it off. She knows. As a thin person with EV, the body positivity movement helped me accept my features and finally feel love towards my shape, no matter my size. And that is a stupid fucking answer that everybody... Let's see her profile. Of course. Is that her? No. She's pretty.